We're remembering the very influential life of Hugh Hefner. He made his network television debut in 1956 on CBS. Speaking to Mike Wallace, Hefner defended the image of Playboy magazine.
Sex always will be an important part of the book, because sex is probably the single thing that men are most interested in.
Oh, with this, I think that you'll agree. It's a sniggering kind of sex. It's a lascivious kind of sex. It certainly isn't a healthy approach to sex. You would suggest that it is.
I would not only suggest it, I would say rather strongly. We consider it a pretty healthy ad.
Well, by the 1970s, Playboy had more than 7 million readers. Wow, and Hefner was certainly a household name. He built an empire on the simple idea that sex is important to people. With us from Los Angeles, Matt Belloni. He's editorial director of The Hollywood Reporter. Good morning to you, Matt.
Good morning.
Well, he certainly changed the magazine culture. He changed the American sex culture, if you will. But that came with some controversy. Back in the day, there were a lot of protests about how women were portrayed in the magazine. What do the critics say today about the legacy that he's left?
I think it's a very complicated legacy because, on the one hand, Playboy was criticized. It was the first major mainstream magazine to feature nude women, and it was in the context of politics and lifestyle and all these other things, but it was essentially a naked women magazine. And people like Gloria Steinem at the time, very opposed, said Playboy could fill a book with what it doesn't know about women. But on the other hand, it was filled with progressive politics, and it was one of the few magazines that they interviewed MLK and they interviewed Muhammad Ali, and they did a lot of articles that were very progressive in the politics. They were pro-choice at a time when not many outlets were openly so, and they were very pro-First Amendment, and these causes that the culture sort of caught up to, but Playboy was doing it at a time in the 50s, 60s, 70s when it wasn't that accepted from big national magazines like that.
When I was growing up, there were two magazines you collected. One was Playboy and the other was National Geographic.
Two very different.
Two very different.
Yeah.
Matt, what happens going forward? We know that his son Cooper is going to be taking over the magazine. Circulation has dropped significantly, as have many industry magazines as well. How does the magazine and the brand go forward in a digital age?
It's a tough road. I mean, recently, Cooper Hefner, Hugh's son, has assumed control of the brand, but the magazine, they have gone through a rocky tenure with multiple editors. They got rid of nude pictures, then they brought them back. They have a very lucrative licensing business where the Playboy brand is very meaningful around the world. But in the U.S., they really have struggled, and the culture has sort of gone beyond Playboy. They have to figure out a way to make the Playboy brand relevant in today's media and cultural environment.
Of course, everyone will remember that iconic Playboy bunny that he founded, right? Matt, thank you so much.
Thank you.